When you kill the act of complaining, you will definitely start realizing your purpose in life. Stop talking about your uncle. Stop blaming your uncle. Stop blaming your relative of not helping you. Get to work. Start thinking. You're solely on yourself. You're responsible for everything concerning you. Once you have that kind of mentality, you can never fail in life. Because the reason why I'm here is because I had the mentality of being independent. Even when I was in school, my dad would just pay my fees. I would look for a way to survive. Do you understand? I did not bother to tell myself, oh, my dad is not giving me the luxury that other students are enjoying. It was like a kind of catalyst. Pushed me to a point of understanding that if you can't do it, nobody will do it for you. So at that point in time, I had to put in everything to make sure I'm okay in life and to make sure I have the resources to make sure I give my kids a proper upbringing and a proper startup, because I know where I would be had it been I had some certain things.
Hello everyone, in Daniels. It's a very beautiful day, and today I have a very amazing person with me right here, ETI-IFIOK, and I've known him for quite some time. I met him when I was in camp during my youth service times, and he has been a really amazing person, and he's a very successful businessman. That's why I bring him today to talk about something concerning success. Before we begin, how was your trip to Rwanda? Because some days ago, some weeks ago, I think last week, you were still in Rwanda. So how was your Rwanda trip?
Man, Rwanda is a very beautiful place. It was a very nice trip. I mean, that's like my second time there. And it's one of the most beautiful, city in Africa. It's one of the most beautiful places to visit in Africa. Very peaceful, very secure. The women there, most especially, is something that gladdens a man's heart. I know you would want to have an experience of that. Trust me. There's so beautiful women there.
All right, wonderful. So thank you very much. So before we can begin, I would love you to, introduce yourself.
My name is ETI-IFIOK Basi. I'm from Akwa Ibom State, a native of Abak. Question was, what do I do for a living? An e-commerce digital marketer as well. We help brand scale 7 to 8 figure, established brand scale 7 to 8 figure, and most especially, I run a company, Sapiens Global Solution Limited. And in Sapiens Global Solution Limited, what we do is that we source for products and we sell them online, which is called e-commerce, like I mentioned earlier. In my company, currently now, we have about 10 staff working for us, and we are still growing and growing. The very lucrative business is something that I would urge every young person, most especially, to learn how to sell digitally. Your mobile phone, your laptop is a tool that can take you anywhere, depending on how you use it. That's it. Sapiens Global Solution Limited. That's the brand name.
So, ETI-IFIOK Basi, as always, we have questions here for you, and I believe at the end of this session, our viewers are going to have to learn a whole lot from you, because I see you as a very successful person, because I know a lot of people that have gone through your business and they haven't, been able to, achieve the result they want to. And you are one of the few persons who have been able to, achieve that kind of milestone. And it will be very great for you to, educate our young people, as you've said, who wants to, get into your line of business and crush it, it will be a nice thing for them to, learn from your ideas and also start their life in the e-commerce sphere of life. So the first thing I would want to ask you is, how would you define success? Because why I'm asking this question is that people do not really understand the meaning of success. It takes you to first understand the meaning of something before you can achieve it. If you don't know what a cell phone is, you will not know the importance of a cell phone. Do you understand what I'm saying? If you don't know what a cell phone really is, what we use it for, what is the need of you having a cell phone, you don't really need it. So I think you should first educate them on, or educate us actually, because I'm actually still learning from you. Who knows, I might decide to join e-commerce and quit media editing. Let's first understand, what is success?
I think the word success, we wouldn't want to go with the normal definition of success in the dictionary. I wouldn't want to use that, because what I've tend to understand in my own way is that success varies. It varies to some people. Someone out there who owns one car, and probably lives in a 1-bedroom apartment would term himself to be successful, and is very contented and is very okay with life, manages life. To him, that's success to him.
That's true.
Yeah. And someone out there who is trying to create a multi-million company might not see himself being successful without achieving that. To him, he wants to achieve that before he would call himself a successful person. You have other people there who probably get an iPhone 16, and the current one that is coming out now, and they are okay. They tag themselves to be successful. So to me, it all depends on the individual. But to my own definition of what success is, what I would call success is, being able to help people, being able to impact on life, being able to be a reason why someone is working in my company, that person fending for his family and his family going to the best school, all in the name of working in my company. I would term someone like Dangote successful. I would term someone like Otodola successful. I would name men like that because they are where I want to be. So another person maybe would be, I just want to build a house, buy cars, live a good life with my family. To him, that's success. So I would say success varies based on the individual.
All right. So if I may really want to, see if I understand what you're trying to say. So you're telling us that success is dependent on a person's achievement or whatsoever goal a person sets to achieve for himself.
Definitely.
Or the dreams a person have, which means that a person's success is limited to how big his dream is.
Yes.
If you have a small dream, that's how your success is.
That's Jonathan. There are people I've met people in life who are very contented where they are. To them, that's success to them. They've succeeded in life. You get. So success to me is directly proportional to where you want, to the size of your dream.
At least we now know that success is in the mindset. It's about you, whatever you think of yourself. If you feel you just want to, be able to take care of your family, build a house for yourself, and you've been able to achieve that, you have your success.
Yeah.
Let's jump to the next question. I have a question which I'm supposed to ask you before the next question.
Okay.
But since we've already gotten to where we have mindset, permits me to switch.
Okay.
Let's talk about mindset in relation to success and growth. How does this mindset thing, because we just entered mindset now, how does this mindset thing affect a person's success? Does it mean that a person who had a big dream because of his mindset, because maybe the things he has seen in life, his mindset is not actually set to achieve those things, understand? How does a person's mindset, affect his growth or his success?
Okay, there's this popular saying by Walt Disney: if you can dream it, you can do it. Then there is this popular adage by Albert Einstein, said imagination will take you anywhere. Your imagination can take you anywhere. Ralph Emerson says that the ancestors of everything begins with your thoughts. Your thought is everything. If you cannot dream it, you cannot do it. If you cannot think about it, you cannot do it. 2 years ago in my life, I stumbled on a page. There's this popular American content creator that I like, Gary Vee. He talks about law of attraction a lot. Law of attraction, law of attraction, law of attraction. That was the first time I stumbled on that particular statement, law of attraction. What's law of attraction? Law of attraction simply means you start imagining things. You're not there, but you see yourself there. Okay, like for instance, where you are now in this whole cinematography business. But I still believe inside you there are dreams that you're still dreaming. There is where you want to get. There's some certain level you want to get, but you're not there yet. But your imagination has taken you there already. It starts from there. If you don't think it, how can you bring it into existence? It has to start with your thought. This is what I want. This is what I want to achieve. This is where I feel like I should be. Probably might be because of some financial circumstances. You're not there yet, but you will think about it in your mind. Immediately the money comes, you're executing it. Imagine you didn't even have such thoughts. It didn't even occur to you. How would you execute it? You won't do it. So for instance now, I'm running a company whereby I'm looking at the dream of having more than 500 staff working for me. For me to have that mindset to think about such thing, it definitely means I have the capacity to achieve it. Because when I get to talk to a lot of people, you see that level of contentment in them. Contentment is good, but at some point, it limits you. Come on, think about it. Put in the work smart, meet people, execute it. You might not be there, but definitely, trust me, because your mind has the capacity to think about it, you will definitely achieve it. I'm thinking about having 500 staff working for me. So that it simply means I manage my profit. I try to see how to pay people to grow. I try to see how to build my brand. Every little resources I have, the people I meet, they talk business. If you're not talking business, if you're not thinking about what I'm thinking, if you're not dreaming about my dream, we cannot have anything to do with. Understand? Together. So now the little resources I have, the little, I'm rolling over my profit. I'm trying to see how I can, maximize it. I'm trying to see how I can let the company grow. Do you understand? Because I want to have like 500 staff and scale the business, the company to another level. So my thought is there already. The dream is there already. So the little resources I have is being put in place to make sure I get to that level. So the mindset is very important.
All right, thank you very much for that mind-blowing, advice. So everyone, if you dream it inside of you, if you think about it, trust me,
You can achieve
one way
it.
or the other, you'll be able to achieve
it.
So you talked about, putting in the work, and which takes us to our question.
Okay.
Which is success or prosperity always proportional to hard work? Why I'm asking this question is that most of the time when I scroll on, Instagram, I just hear, work hard. Work hard. When you say work hard, what do you mean? Because there is work hard and there is work hard. Like all the bricklayers there are bricklayers who are working so hard. There are people who are, you get what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There are people who push things on the street. They are working so hard.
Yeah.
So what kind of hard work are we talking about? Is it always about hard work?
Is success proportional to hard work? It's always a very cool debate. I would say success is not, though hard work is required, it is not directly, it is not solely based on hard work, because I've seen a lot of people who don't work hard, but they work smart. They are where they are. An example to back up this point that success is not directly proportional to hard work is that, for instance, now I might have money, I don't know how to trade forex, do you understand? But I want a multiple stream of income. I get to see some company, some group of people who are good in trading, do you understand? I lend them my money, they trade, they give me some profit back. I can have money now and then, I use it to buy shares and all of that. Do you understand? I'm making money with ease. For instance, now you're a cinematographer. An example of me being smart is that I might go out to go look for people who are in need of a cinematographer. Probably if the pay is $1,000, I'll bring it to you. I'll tell you, Daniel, this job, I got it for $700. You do it, then deliver it to me. And then out of the $1,000, I have $300 already. I have people who are currently doing that. They're just like a middleman in fields that they don't have knowledge about. They know how to source for the client. They are good in communication. They are good in communicating. They are good in, striking business deal. There are people on Upwork doing all of that. There are people on Fiverr doing all of that. They get the job. They delegate it to people that know how to do it. They'll get the money, give you a little stipend. There are people doing that. That's being working smart. They're not the one putting in the hard work. You're out there putting in the hard work, but they're just working smart. I would want to replace the word hard work to consistent. Just be consistent, because I think the most important thing is being consistent. You might put in the hard work and then you're not consistent enough. You fall off. So you might have the energy to do something, and then the other person there is smarter than you, makes more money than you. If you're talking about hard work, the bricklayers are the ones to make more money. I was watching a video one time like that on Instagram. I was just scrolling through reels. The risks they take to roof a house and all of that. You look at the hard work and everything, what they're putting in. But at the end of the day, we're the ones making money. Do you understand?
The contractors.
So the contractors are the ones taking the job. They don't know anything. The contractors, all they did was,
to just find the laborers that are going to get the job done.
And hire, and they're getting the lion's share of the job. So I think you just have to be smart. When you're smart in anything you're doing, you put in a little bit of consistency. So I would always remove the word hard work. Try and be consistent and be smart. You'll make it, definitely.
All right, that's very beautiful. Thank you very much. And I hope you guys are learning a lot from this, because this is more than just a talk show. This is a master class.
Yeah.
And which takes us to the next question. Does books really influence your growth process? Because I get a lot from people is if you want to be successful, read books. So I really want to know, because I really do not, I find it very boring to read a lot of books. I've tried though, I've read some, but I find it really boring, and I'm a very busy person. So I don't know, is it really, maybe that's why I have not been able to achieve my full potential. So can you tell us, because I believe I've seen people who read a lot of books but they still make stupid decisions. Can someone read a lot of books and still be foolish? Can someone read a lot of books and still not succeed? Or is book, you understand, the master key to success? Can you throw more light on that?
That question, the way I want to tackle that question, I will come from different angle. Reading of books, does it have anything to do with success? Does it affect your success? Yes, to some to most extent. Reading of book is good. When you read books based on the field that you are, it gets to improve your set skills. For instance, I love reading books that has to do with my field, my business. Do you understand? And I think reading of book is good. You get to learn a lot. It improves your skill and everything.
Sorry to interrupt you.
Okay.
When I'm talking about reading books, I'm not talking about books related to your business, because I understand normally you have to read books related to your business to get to know what you're doing. I sit for hours watching courses on YouTube.
Okay.
You understand? I spend hours, in fact days, weeks, I don't care, watching courses so that I'll get to know what I'm doing. But I'm talking about other books, maybe like 5 Steps to Success, or or how to empower your growth in 35 weeks. Those are the kind of books. Those are the kind of books I'm talking about, which is not related, but have a way of conveying people's experiences. You get what I'm saying. So those are the kind of books I'm talking about, not books related to your field of study, because it's a normal thing actually. If you actually want to know what you're doing, you need to read books on your field of work and all those things. So the kind of books I'm talking about are these ones of think big. You understand? Those are the ones I'm talking about.
Reading of book is very helpful to the brain, to the mind. We cannot debunk that. We cannot debunk that fact. But does it really have anything to do with success? To some people it does, to some people it doesn't. You get? Because I know of a lot of people that are successful in their field. They don't read books. I think what they just believe is to stand up, take action, execute whatever idea that comes their way. Do you get?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so to me, I feel like reading books is just an extra thing that adds to your total well-being, but it's not related to success. If I want to probably be disciplined in life, I see a lot of people who take up book, read on how to be disciplined. They're really suffering and all of that because they don't know how to manage their money and all of that.
Yeah.
You get? At the end of the day, it still boils down to action, taking the action.
Yeah.
Being disciplined, having a strong will. I don't want to do it, I'm not doing it.
That's true.
I have friends that they make money, but they lavish it in such a way. And you tell those kind of people, how do you do it? Probably someone might recommend maybe reading of books to them. Good, but it still boils down to an individual. Reading of book is very good. It gets to expose you a lot of things, a lot of knowledge. But at the end of the day, I don't see it being related to success. It has nothing to do with success. It does not relate to success. It has to do with action, taking action. Success is based on taking action. That's just the secret I have realized. If you can execute every idea and stop procrastinating, if you can execute 70% of the idea in your head, you will definitely be very closer to where you want to be. Just get rid of that fear.
That's true. And what I would love to add there, more like a contribution, is that I think reading is not just enough. I think understanding what you're reading.
Understanding what you're reading.
Because
because
it's the most important thing about
understanding
reading.
it.
Because someone can read and not comprehend what he's reading.
Okay.
You can go ahead and read 100 books. You read boldly there. Take the step. You understand?
Yeah.
Even if it's written in every page of the book, take the step. Does it really mean that the person understand what take the step means? Because it is actually the understanding that's going to make you make a move.
Make a move, yeah.
If you don't understand what you are reading, you're not actually going to actualize what is written there. So you can read 1,000 books if you want to. If you do not understand, if you do not comprehend, if you don't put in the work, if you don't stand up and say enough is enough, you'll still be where you are.
Yeah, that's true.
Let's just move to the next question. What would you say should be a character of an individual who is determined to succeed?
I think the most important thing is discipline. Discipline is the number one thing, because if you're not disciplined, you cannot be successful in life. And when you're disciplined, discipline is like the umbrella of everything. Because when you're disciplined, you have the ability to be consistent. Because if you cannot keep on, showing up in a particular field or something you do, you might not be lucky. It is when you keep on showing up, one day you'll definitely be lucky. Consistency is the anchor point of the word discipline there in being successful. Because I've come to realize that the easiest part to success is being consistent. If you're consistent at what you're doing, you grow in skill, you grow in knowledge, you grow in experience, and along the line it becomes all easy for you. It's just like people would see you do it and would think it's easy. but it's just all about the numbers of years and experience that is making it look so effortlessly. So I scrolled on a reel one time like that. Is it day before yesterday on Instagram? And it was like all these short reels. It was about a man who called an engineer to service his ship, his yacht that has been faulty for like some months without selling. And the engineer came, walked inside the yacht and checked the yacht, and then carried a hammer and hit something for like 5 minutes and then kickstarted. And then the man was like, wow, is that, I mean, this yacht has been here for months without anything, and you just did that, and then the yacht is functioning. And the man said, what's your bill? And he said the bill is $20,000. And the man was like, what the was hailing and shouting. So the man said he needed a rundown of the bill, what was done in the yacht that is demanding. And he told him $700 for the heating, $300 for the time, and $19,000 for the years of experience of knowing where to hit and get the ship functioning. So the years of experience, the consistency in his field has actually given him the age to understand that he needed to hit that place for that yacht to start functioning. Do you understand? So you're paying for the experience, for the years of experience and everything. So consistency is the key thing. Consistency is the key thing. A man who wants to be successful, the main character is, once you're disciplined enough to be consistent, you'll definitely be successful.
That's really beautiful. I really like that story. It's a very, very interesting story. I once had a guest here. We're talking about, his field of work. He's a graphic designer, and he told a story of how he did a job for someone. And I asked him a question. Is there anything like you charge too high? And he was like, no, it's nothing like that. That you're not paying him for the job he has done. You're paying him for the experiences he has accumulated over the years.
Yes, sure.
So it's actually really true. Consistency is a build up to experience. That's what is going to make you better at your field. So let's quickly go to the next question. Okay. Is there anything like shortcut to success? Because that's the problem. That's where we have a lot of problems that we're having now. Everybody's trying to look for, the easy way to get it done, the easy way to, get there, easy way to achieve what they want to achieve. So is there really an easy way out? Is there really a shortcut to this?
Depending on the context, shortcut. There is a shortcut to success, definitely. And it's crazy. There is definitely a shortcut to success. That's if you can afford it. So my shortcut to success is you having money to be able to pay for mentorship. You understand? If you're paying for mentorship, you're paying someone for the level of experience he has had over the years to guide you, to protect you, so you won't encounter some problems he encountered. If you're buoyant enough, like for instance, when at some point in time, there's some certain thing, there's some knowledge I needed to acquire, which I had to pay. And this is something that is very simple. Just like I paid for something that someone just picked up the phone to talk to me for like 30 minutes, and then I paid 500,000. You can imagine how crazy it is. Yeah. And now at some point I felt bad, but would I if I didn't pay that money to get that 30-minute information, would it be that easy for me to figure out? So I paid for the experience he had gathered over the years, the pain, the suffering. Do you understand? That's the shortcut to success. But if you can't afford it for the people who cannot afford it, good. You can decide to embark on the journey yourself. Gather your experience by yourself, go through the ups and downs by yourself, and gain the experience yourself. So there's actually a shortcut to success. I do tell people. So that's why when you see some young boys in America making $1 million a month in revenue, do you understand? Making such amount of money, and you'll be like, how? And then you go to them and tell them, please, I want to learn. And they're charging you $20,000, $30,000. Some, not even physical class, virtually.
It's an online class.
You don't want to pay, your shouting is too costly. Then good, you enjoy. When you embark on the journey of probably once you spend your whole life saving on running ads and not getting the right, product and all of that on how to drop shit, be it maybe in the e-commerce field. Once you spend your money testing product, trying to see, most especially maybe in the Nigerian setting here, in Africa here, the way we run it, payment on delivery. Once you don't understand your distribution, once you don't understand how to scale, back then in the years, we were running the business without understanding how to scale scale the business. So once you go through all those shit alone and then you discover that, you will discover that the money you've spent, the money that you've wasted on mistakes,
should be enough to get the training.
Should have been, for you paying for mentorship would have been more cheaper. At some point in time, you might even lose everything.
That's true.
And you start from scratch. So the shortcut for success is to pay for mentorship. That's if you can afford it.
That's a very, very nice idea. For years now, I've really absolutely thought there is no shortcut to success, but today I've discovered a shortcut to success. Well, that's really beautiful. I really like that. And the next question is, does good grades associate or guarantee success in the outside world? You know, back then when we were in school, we had really brilliant students. Really brilliant students. They're really good. Like, they always take first position. Does it mean that when we are in the outside world, those guys are gonna crush it?
It's a very funny question because I mean, you know, back then in school, you know, when we were all aiming to get first class, second class, upper 2-1, you understand, and all of that, the race was very crazy. And the people who couldn't even make it to 2-1, we being mocked and laughed at. You know, you feel like, what did I come here to do, and all of that. You know, I always tell people having good grades in school does not mean you're intelligent. It's just that you have a good retentive memory. It has nothing to do with the outside world. It has nothing to do with you being intelligent, that you'll be successful or something. I mean, it's good to be intelligent. It's good to read book. It's good to have good grade. It's very good, do you understand? But it is not in any way related to success. It is not in any way, let me not use the word success. It is not in any way related to does not guarantee you being, prosperous or rich in life. You know, it doesn't. I would say if you're intelligent, good, you have a good retentive memory. I had people back then in school that they can pick up a page of book like this, look at it for like an hour time, and then come out and give you verbatim of what it will look as if they snapped and, you know, photocopied it and just photocopied it there. I've had people like that in school, and they graduated with first class. Some of them graduated with 2-1, a good 2-1, 4 point something. But currently now, if I would want to say where are they now in life, most of them are school teachers earning about 50,000 or 80,000 now, if it is even up to that. Most of them are, you know, out there working for someone and getting paid 50,000, 100,000. When I was in school, when I almost graduated in my year 3, I had a friend. His name is Utabe. I will always be grateful to him, you know. I'll always be grateful to Utabe because he was more mature than me. I was very young then when I did my degree, when I was doing my degree. So Utabe would always tell me one thing. But like, ETI-IFIOK, when you're done with school, do you mean you want to work for someone? You go for a white collar job and all of that? That is what my parents were. That's the line which my parents were like tuning me to. My dad was like, when you're done with school, I'll look for a job for you. I'm going to get you a job, a federal government work. Do you get? I had the mindset as well. Now we are going back to mindset again. I had the mindset, when I'm done, I'll get a federal government job. My dad is doing one already. I'll get it. Start my life small, manage. You get? That was the mindset. But Utabe, I don't know where Utabe came from. Utabe was always telling me, when you're done with school, even if you should buy groundnut and fry it and sell it, it's better than working for somebody. He was always telling me that thing. So during my year 3, because of how he was always saying this thing, do you get? I started looking for a way of making money. So there is this is my friend like that back in secondary school. I stumbled on his profile, Idiomo Michael. Stumbled on his profile. He was my very good friend back in secondary school. So I saw he was doing okay, you know. At first I was like, what's Idiomo doing? I messaged him. It was like when his chance is going to see me, he's going to tell me where to come see him. So Idiomo was chance one day. He texted me and was like, come to so place. I went there. You know, someone that has seen money, the young boy that has seen money started acting like me then. We were still running around, nothing. The way Idiomo was composed and all of that. Idiomo was telling me, how are you? My classmate though, you understand? I was like, what's really happening? So I talked to him. I said, guy, I want to do something. What are you doing? Show me. He told me, I'm into crypto. Have you heard about cryptocurrency? I was like, no, I haven't. He was like, go and research on it. Once you're done, like that, he doesn't have the time to talk about it with me. I should go and research on it. I went one more. I can remember then I was watching YouTube video, 3 hours, 4 hours YouTube video. In a day, I watch like 5 videos. Do you understand? Just to learn about cryptocurrency, just to learn about blockchain. Do you understand? The energy, the zeal was there. Just because Utabe told me, when I'm done with school, don't work for someone. Think about establishing yourself. Think about doing something yourself. Do you understand? So I got into crypto. Then the ICO was flowing. They were making money via ICO. Crypto was easy then. The scam in ICO was very low. So before I got in, it was like a little bit late. ICO scam was coming in and all of that, and the system became tougher. Do you understand? So though we made a little money, but it wasn't enough. Now I saw the possibility of making money my own way. I saw the possibility of making money with my smartphone. I saw the possibility of not working for anybody. When crypto was becoming somehow, Idiomo was already grounded in e-commerce. He was already doing e-commerce then. He was making money from e-commerce as well, but crypto was distracting him because then it was easy. Not now that the crypto space is tough. Then it was easy. He had the knowledge about e-commerce already. He was importing stuff from China, then he was selling. So immediately crypto went sideways. He introduced us to e-commerce. We got into e-commerce, and then though we did not really understand what we were doing then, but it was just keeping us. We were surviving. Do you understand? So immediately I finished school, I didn't even think of going for service. I stayed for like 2 years. I didn't go for service. Not until I started seeing this whole saga of politicians, being disqualified because of NYC and all of that. So my dad was like, what if you want in future, you would want to like involve in politics? Something like this would disqualify you. Why not just go just a year thing? Then you're done. Do you understand? So that was when I like, okay, let me go for service. I went for service because deep inside my mind, I was like, what's the essence of service? Is it not at the end of the day that you can work for someone? Maybe if you want to get a federal government job, they will require you to to present your NYC. So I didn't even see need for it. So just because of that one reason, I had to go for service. So my mindset, it starts with the mindset. You have to start dreaming of being somewhere. So the school and everything, the grade and everything now is useless. But school is good. I'm not saying school is not good, because there's some certain places that when you are, there's some certain groups, there's some certain places that when you get to, you understand the importance of school. But at the same time, I can tell you there's some people that don't go to school, they're smart, they get to like employ people with the best grade, they're working for them and they're making money. So that's where smartness comes in as well. Do you understand? So the grade has nothing to do with you making it in life. It has nothing to do. The outside wall is different from there. That four-corner wall called the university is just another wall. But when you come out, you now face the reality of understanding. Making money is a skill. Retaining money is a skill. So you have to come and learn that skill, and the intelligence of making it in life is quite different from the intelligence of you reading your book and coming back to write what you read to the lecturer. So grade has nothing to do with you making it in life or not.
All right, so I always tell people that school in question here is not just a place you go to, get grades, School should be a place where you connect with people. There are a lot of things you learn from school aside getting the grades. To me, at some point in my life, I realized that school is not necessarily the results you get from it. I saw a man in a bank one time. He's a very successful man, and I think he wanted to, write a letter to the bank, and he didn't know how to write it. He had to give it to someone to write it for him.
Yeah.
But he has money. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So I think school is, is supposed to teach you, the little things, to be able to survive in the official, maybe in the official space.
You can even acquire that informally.
Yeah.
You can call someone to teach you those things in your house.
So I think school is not necessary to teach you how to make money.
Make money. Yeah. In fact, school is being structured to make you broke. Yes. If you, in the real sense, that's true, because they give you the mentality of once you're done, you become a civil servant.
Yeah.
And all of that. Do you understand?
And that actually takes a whole lot.
Within the system, you live within the system.
So for me, I think it's not just the reason why you go to school should not be the reason why you go to school.
Yeah. You
should go to school to get to know, because you talked about your friend Idiomo, which you knew him in school. I think the people you know determines where you go.
The people you keep around you.
You understand? So, which takes us to the next question which we have here. How does friends or people you relate with influence your growth or success?
A lot. The people you relate to, the people you keep around you as friends, plays a major role in your life. That's why I take time to keep healthy and meaningful relationship with people that influence my business, with people that influence my career. Because if you keep friends that club, enjoy, eat their money and all of that, definitely you just become a baller.
Definitely.
A baller. If you
And that's
keep,
how you forget your dreams.
that's how you.
Your
So,
mindset will be fractured.
yeah. So if you keep friends that talked about business, like immediately I just woke up in the morning today, my friend called me, and the whole thing he was talking about was scaling. How many products he sold in Ghana, how many products he sold in Kenya, how many products he sold in Nigeria today. That was what he was talking about. So I was like, okay, how many pieces have you sold? He was like, okay, I'll reach out to my data analyst to give me a sum up so he could know the sum total that he has sold. That was just that. And then the next conversation was the ad. How is your ad performing? Was this? What did you do? Told him what I did. He told me what he did. Told me the result he saw. Told me to try this. I told him, okay, try this. Do you understand? I woke up with a call of Alpha. Today is weekend, Alpha. Make we go club. Make we go do this. Make we go do that. Bad as it bad. Before we go finish the conversation, then come out later on. Depending, 500, 100,000, don't go. But instead, my friend was talking about business. He was telling me how I can set up my ads to perform well. The new development he noticed in setting up his ad. And then I tried it. I'm working towards implementing all of those stuff this weekend. When he's telling me the numbers he's selling, I'm now challenging myself. That means I can sell that number. I can sell more than that. So when you have people around you, like for instance, my friend I had with Tabe that I mentioned, I didn't mean he did not like. I didn't mean he wasn't telling me all of those things. By now I should be a police officer somewhere. It's a good career, but it's not. I wouldn't have
been able to achieve what
I want to achieve. Do you understand? So he influenced my dream. He changed my dream. Whatever was there, he had. Because I was associating with him, he had the capacity to influence my dream. Good parenting as well can help. You understand? The school whereby your kids go can help as well. The people they meet, understand, the class of people they meet. I think that alone is like a bedrock for success. Because when you have such people around you, and now you develop yourself to a point of understanding how to be disciplined and consistent in the little you do, you're good to go.
That's really beautiful. And that's actually true. The friends we keep determines if we get a credit alert or a debit alert.
That's true. That's true.
So remember this when you want to go party with your friends, that before you're done with the party, before they are done with the party, you understand?
Yeah.
You know how many debit alerts you get. All right, so this is going to be the last question.
Okay.
It has been a very nice session with you so far. It would be very wrong for us to, have this discussion and we don't include God, because actually that's the reason why we are still breathing.
Yeah.
You understand? That unless you believe in Big Bang Theory, that we all came to life by explosion. As long as we are human beings, as long as we're breathing, as long as we are alive, that's all thanks to the Almighty. So my next question is, where does God come in your growth journey or in your success journey? Because there is this trend going on and people are like, you don't need God to succeed. You don't do this. You don't need... I understand that God is not saying you to say you should not go and work, or that nothing concerns God with whether you choose to work. All I know is that God has blessed us. He has blessed everybody. Everybody is blessed. God has given everybody the brain to think, to get what you need to be done. But where does God really come in? Because there is where God coming. We are in Africa. Here, let's assume you get a contract. Let's say two people are fighting for a contract. You understand? And you happen to be a person who is more, sophisticated, based on maybe the company is impressed by your previous jobs or what you've done so far, or maybe by the proposal and they decided to give you the job. And maybe your business counterpart, which is not a Christian, maybe he's a traditionalist, is angry about that. And he tells you, welcome, thank you, you've already done. And you don't know that he has shaken you with something. Let's know, where does it mean that? Can we completely erase God out of a successful journey, or does he still have a place?
I think one person that I don't really like being superstitious in life, because when you're superstitious in life, it hinders your thinking process. You want to conclude that it is spiritual and all of that. So I don't like being superstitious when it comes to making money, when it comes to business, when it comes to being successful in business. Reason because you look at other people from other religion, look at the Muslim people who are making it, who are Muslim, you look at people who are atheists, they don't believe in God, they're making money, they're being prosperous. Do you understand? So it simply means that God has blessed everyone. God has blessed everyone. God is not a partial God that would say because you don't acknowledge him, you won't make it. Because if it was supposed to be in that context, we will all agree that the richest men in this world, most of them are not Christians. Most of the richest men in this world, the owner of Apple does not believe in God. He says that God is a figment of the imagination that a poor man has because he's not successful. He will now, I think there is how he puts it, which is always very funny. But his point is valid. He's not a Christian. He's making it. Do you understand? His point is valid if you want to look at it in reality. So to me, my point of where I would bring God to my success is because of ability to be alive, the air that he has given me to breathe. Do you understand? It is miraculous for us to breathe the air we breathe. So when I wake up, as long as I wake up and see this air and breathe, I will tell him thank you.
Yeah.
That is the sole purpose of God in my existence. That is the sole purpose of, because I'm a Christian, I believe in God. That is where he comes in. That's the role he plays. Because if I don't have the air to breathe,
you will not be able to chase
I won't
your
be
dreams.
able to chase my dream.
Yeah, that's true.
So that is the anchor point which I would bring God in, which is more than enough. Yeah. So when I wake up, I see the air, I breathe, I tell him thank you for giving me this air. But you see you staying in the church to pray, breaking principalities and powers and all of those things, breaking generational curses and all of that. I don't know the scripture or the Bible you're reading, because the Bible says that all things has passed away and all things has become new once you are in Christ Jesus. So I don't have time to break those things again. It has been broken on the cross. Yeah, I am redeemed. I was bought with a price. So I don't have those times to pray those prayers. Except God is in a battle with Satan. Because I always ask people, you are praying, you are casting, you are binding generational curses and all of those things. Are you trying to say that God is in a battle with Satan and God will win you today? Tomorrow Satan will win God back. Do you understand? Yeah. You're breaking it every time. So it simply means God liberates you today. Tomorrow Satan will now snatch you back. No, it is total. It doesn't make any sense. It is total. God has won. It is total. He won the battle on the cross. It is total. Redemption is total. So once you believe, once you come to the knowledge and the understanding of who God is, how big God is, you will understand that it is an insult for you to cast and be binding things again. It is an insult to the character of God, because I see God to be so big that I don't believe in all those generational stuff, African stuff and all of this stuff. I don't believe in those things. So it is final. God comes in to my success. Once I wake up, I see the air I breathe. That is the miracle. That is the handwork of God. And I tell him, thank you. So the next thing that is expected of me is to go out, walk, use my head, be smart, meet people. Do you understand? That's it.
We're actually getting to the end of our session, but before we wrap this up, what would be your overall advice, to naive people out there, people who are still thinking, should I do this? Should I not? What step should I take? Is this really feasible? Can I achieve this? Can I get there? Is it possible? Especially when things are this tough in Nigeria, things are going sideways and nothing can be actually, we can't really get hold of things again. Things are crumbling. Is it really possible? What advice would you give to a person who still wants to be up there?
So, with the overall thing I would want to say to end this video, to end this podcast, is that I think my advice to the young ones, my advice to the people coming out from the university or anybody that wants to make it in life, you have to kill the attitude of complaining. If you're the type that complains a lot, the government is not doing this, the government should do this, the government should do that, because of this, that's why I'm not here, because of this, that's why I'm not being able to achieve this. When you are in that position, you can never see anything good. Stop complaining. So it's just like when we are complaining that Nigeria is this, that. People are still making it. In the midst of these difficulties, someone is building a 5-story building, someone is achieving this, someone is doing this. Do you understand? True. In the midst of COVID, people were making money. The midst of COVID was a breakthrough to a lot of people.
Yeah.
And some people were out there complaining. Kabi, this content creator, this Kabi, Kabi. It was during COVID that he discovered his purpose and talent. Instead of complaining, he's a multi-millionaire now in dollars. Do you understand? Pastor Jeremiah is there. In the midst of COVID, he realized he could pray online. So when you kill the act of complaining, you will definitely start realizing your purpose in life. Stop talking about your uncle. Stop blaming your uncle. Stop blaming your relative of not helping you. Stop blaming your brother or sister of not helping you. Get to work. Start thinking. You're solely on yourself. You're responsible for everything concerning you. Once you have that kind of mentality, you can never fail in life. Because the reason why I'm here is because I had the mentality of being independent. Even when I was in school, my dad would just pay my fees. I would look for a way to survive. Do you understand? I did not bother to tell myself, oh, my dad is not giving me the luxury that other students are enjoying. Do you understand? So it gave me that push. It was like a kind of catalyst. It pushed me to a point of understanding that if you can't do it, nobody will do it for you. So at that point in time, I had to put in everything to make sure I'm okay in life and to make sure I have the resources to make sure I give my kids a proper upbringing and a proper startup, because I know where I would be had it been I had some certain things. So my kid will not start with nothing like I started. They're going to start on the platform which I will give to them, which will make their life easy. So stop complaining. That's the most important thing. And once you can do that, you will definitely start seeing things positively.
All right, thank you everyone. And finally, we've gotten to the end of this session with ETI-IFIOK Basi. It's really nice having you here.
It's a pleasure.
You've been an inspiration to me as a whole. I when I met you in camp, I've always been this conservative person. I don't like to, I feel like, okay, I can do this thing, but I can do it in a small way.
Yeah.
Do you understand? I can do it in a small way. But when I met you, you actually made me understand that there are bigger ways to do things. It doesn't mean you are wasting resources.
Yeah.
It's just that you could also do it bigger way and gain big actually with what you're doing. And that actually changed my mindset of some certain things.
Yeah.
And I just want you guys to actually, learn from this. And trust me, go out there and trust me, you're gonna smash it. You're gonna, achieve that goal. You're gonna achieve that dream you've always wanted to. And if you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel, please do so and follow us on all social media platforms as we bring to you more and more educative and mind-blowing topics like this. Thanks for watching and peace out.
Okay.